This bird is not just like a honeybee in appearance, but it's also a competitor of honeybees in gathering resources like flower nectar. It needs to consume the nectar of 1,500 flowers daily just to stay alive. Hummingbirds get their name from the humming sound their wings make when in flight or hovering. The nose is often compared to the sound of a bee or mosquito. A hummingbird can flap its wings up to 80 times a second, or as many as 200 times in a dive. Hummingbirds have unique, impressive flight abilities, such as being able to fly backwards and upside down. Females measure about 61 millimeters from beak to tail and weigh 0.6 grams, while the slightly smaller male has an average length of 55 millimeters and weighs 1.95 grams. This is believed to be the lowest weight limit for any warm-blooded animal. The bee hummingbird, found only in Cuba, is the world's smallest bird. Weighing just 1.6 grams, they are easily mistaken for bees. Their dainty eggs are around 6 millimeters long, around the size of a coffee bean, and are laid into tiny, cup-shaped nests made of cobwebs and moss. The cobwebs allow the nest to stretch as the chicks hatch and grow. The species is classified as near threatened, with its main threat being habitat loss due to conversion for cattle pasture and agriculture. They say one should never forget those who do favors for them. This applies to humans, but if we look around, we'll find more animals acting on this principle than humans. If you feed a stray dog at any time, it will always wag its tail when it sees you, meaning it will continue to show gratitude. If you leave food and water for a bird every day on your balcony, after a few days it might become friendly towards you, and you may even sense respect and happiness in its eyes for you. But here we are talking about the unique case of the world's smallest bird, the hummingbird, which not only repays kindness not just once, but every year by remembering its benefactor. The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world, even smaller than half of a human finger. In the American state of Georgia, there is a security officer who welcomes a tiny guest every year. This guest is a small hummingbird who comes every year to meet its benefactor. Michael Cardenas, the security officer, recounts that for years ago he found this bird in his garden in a state where its wings were broken, it was injured, and couldn't fly. Michael took care of the bird and provided it with food. 8 weeks later, when the bird's wings healed and it was able to fly again, it flew back to its home. The following year, Michael noticed that the bird was again present on his windowsill. This bird typically resides farther south, according to Michael, indicating that it had traveled a considerable distance to meet him again. Afterwards, this became a yearly ritual. Every year, when the birds begin their migration, this bird makes sure to meet its benefactor before heading to its other home. Michael says that meeting this friend fills him with immense joy, and now he eagerly anticipates it every year. This story about the hummingbird is touching, but as the noblest of creatures, are we also mindful of our benefactors? Do we take any action to repay their kindness?